My heart is filled with so much joy, and I just have to share this with you, if not to just put a smile on your face. Republican voters are saying to Donald Trump, enough is enough. We are sick and tired of you. We're getting Republicans by the tens of thousands who are sharing their stories with us spontaneously here at the MeidasTouch Network. And I want to share some of them with you because while this is anecdotal data, over the past few years, I have to say we've gotten hundreds of thousands of comments like this. And so there's a trend here. There's a trend here. Like, take a look at this. Gentleman Slendy writes, both my parents are lifelong Republicans and neither are voting for Trump this election. I'm also a registered Republican and I will be voting blue this time. It's my belief that the Republican Party needs to be handed a law so severe they never flirt with wannabe dictators like Trump ever again. It's time to cut out the rot. I mean, think about it, folks. Donald Trump's closing message right now is that America is garbage. He's going around saying America is a garbage can. America is crap. America is the worst. No, we're not. How dare you talk about the United States of America like that? I'll show you more on that in a moment. But people are pissed at him saying that. Republicans are freaking pissed at him. Take a look at what Chuck tells me. Trump called America a trash can. How anyone would vote for him hurts my heart. David writes, my 91-year-old Republican neighbor here in Pittsburgh asked me to help her fill out her mail-in ballot. Her instructions to me, vote blue down the ticket. I can't trust any Republicans anymore. Francis writes, my wife and I are Republican and proudly did not vote for Trump. Voted blue all the way. Next comment, I'm a registered Republican, but I'm not voting early. I want to let them use their resources to try to convince me. I'm voting for Kamala. Well, you could still vote early. I recommend people vote early. Adam Roberts writes, I'm a registered Republican, definitely voting for Harris. Trump is a poison to the social fabric of our country. I'm going to read more of these as well, but what have I been saying now for 3.5 years, maybe longer? That there has been a massive political realignment in the United States of America. MAGA is not Republicans. Republicans aren't like Republicans anymore. There is Democrats, classic Republicans, and independents who are part of the pro-democracy community. And then there's the Trump MAGA party. That's what we have right now. But yet the media is always like liberals, conservatives. That's just simply not what's going on right now. Let's take a look right here at more comments right here. Voted for Trump last time, then January 6th happened. This time I voted blue for this country and Constitution. Let me share with you right here the video clips, though, where Trump's been calling America a garbage can on the campaign trail. Here he is right here saying it in his trip in Austin, Texas. Play the clip.
Like a garbage can. We're like a garbage can. First time I said it was last night. Gave a speech in Las Vegas. 29,000 people. It was an arena. We set the arena record. That was a big deal arena, too. We set the record, but it was an amazing crowd. The first time I ever said it. I said it, I don't know, it just came out, garbage can. We're like a garbage can for the rest of the world to dump the people that they don't want.
And here he is again in Arizona saying that America is a garbage can. Here, play this clip.
Right, and we're a dumping ground. We're like a garbage can for the world. That's what's happened. That's what's happened to our. We're like a garbage can. You know, it's the first time I've ever said that. And every time I come up and talk about what they've done to our country, I get angrier and angrier. First time I've ever said garbage can, but you know what? It's a very accurate description.
You know, if you're like me, the safety of your home and loved ones isn't just a priority, it's everything. And let's face it, old school home security systems don't always cut it. They typically don't kick into action until after someone's already inside your house. Well, that's where SimpliSafe comes in with something truly next level. SimpliSafe Home Security is changing the game with their new Active Guard outdoor protection. It's the only home security system designed to actually prevent crimes before they happen. That's right, prevent them. I've been using SimpliSafe myself, and I can't tell you how much peace of mind it gives me. With Active Guard, SimpliSafe's 24/7 monitoring agents keep a close close watch over your property so they could stop anything suspicious before it even gets close to your front door. The cameras are smart too. They use advanced AI to tell the difference between friendly faces like your family and neighbors and potential threats. So no more false alarms, and when a real threat shows up, these agents can talk directly to the intruder, sound a loud siren, flash the lights, and even alert the police. It's a huge comfort knowing that someone is always watching out for us. Other systems, they just react after the damage is done. But with SimpliSafe, it's proactive protection inside and out. And honestly, that's why I trust SimpliSafe to protect my home and my family every single day. Now here's the best part. You can protect your home with 50% off a new SimpliSafe system, plus a free indoor security camera when you sign up for Fast Protect monitoring. Just visit simplisafe.com/Meidas. That's simplisafe.com/Meidas. simplisafe.com/MEIDAS. Because remember, there's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Let's go through more of these comments, shall we? Here, Kenny writes, I'm a 68-year-old and voted Republican all my life. This time around, I'm voting for Harris. Wake up, America. This is the time to get rid of Donald Trump forever. Robert says to me, nearly all of my friends and family who voted for Trump twice are voting blue this time. Next comment, I'm a 65 years old and never voted in my life, but I saw what happened on January 6th, so I registered and voted Democrat all the way. I'm getting a lot of comments like the one I'm getting from Brooke from the LDS community, Latter-day Saints. She goes, I'm also an LDS registered Republican who voted straight blue for the very first time. I was so pleased to see so many others doing the same. Mike writes to me, I grew up in Iowa, now live in Texas. I have been a registered Republican since 1980. I voted today. I voted for Kamala Walls. Trump is not a Republican. He's just running to avoid going to jail. Next comment, registered independent here. I turned 18 in October. So this is my first time voting blue. I cannot stand Trump. Next comment, I'm 52 and voted blue for the first time in my life. My 4 girls converted me to the blue side. I voted for my daughters and daughters everywhere, for mothers and sisters. And for all the men out there, let me speak to you for a second. We have to do this for our daughters. You hear my daughter crying in the background right there? We have to do it for them. We have to. I don't want my daughter Jimena growing up in a Trump America where she has no rights. I couldn't live with myself knowing that I didn't do everything in my power to try to stop that. So I want you to think about that as well. So please, and you can see here from these comments right now, there are still undecided voters or low propensity voter, people who don't vote. You can help people right now. You can be the difference right now in this election. So please do something about it. And not just my men, everybody here who are watching this, please, you can make a big difference. You're seeing the stories of people who watch this podcast, who watch this YouTube channel, who are making a difference in their own life. Let's take a look over here. Terry writes, registered Republican, voted blue. Kamala and Tim will win. Tim Johnson writes, I voted blue and I'm a registered Republican in North Carolina. So did my daughter. Tressa writes, my husband is 72. He's a lifelong Republican. He's voting for Kamala. I believe this is common. Angela Thompson writes to me, my 86-year-old mom has never voted, but tomorrow she will cast her first vote ever for Kamala Harris. Dan says, former Republican turned independent, voted for Harris. Jorge writes to me, I'm an independent Latino voter, and this time my vote was for Kamala. Tommy Lee writes, I'm a lifelong Republican from Florida. This is the first time I voted blue all the way. Pat Ferris writes to me, Ben, I'm a registered Republican, but voted blue down the line, with the exception of Jamie Herrera Butler, one of the 10 Republicans that voted to impeach Trump for January 6th. Having a spine and morals goes a long way with me. The rest of the Republican Party has lost their way. Speaking about losing their way, I mean, this didn't get nearly enough attention, but do you know at the beginning of all of Donald Trump's rallies, rather than singing the national anthem, they do the January 6th anthem? Donald Trump created a song with a group of insurrectionists who tried to kill police officers at the Capitol called the J6 Choir, and they have people stand for the J6 Choir that does another version of the national anthem. These people are sick. Here, play the clip.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the horribly and unfairly treated January 6th hostages.
More comments I want to share with you as well. It's cathartic to read these comments, but these are stories that are happening across America right now. And that's why I want to share them with you. Sammy writes to me, Ben, I'm a 69-year-old registered Republican female in Texas. I voted early and cast my vote for Kamala Harris. I also voted for Colin Allred. Michael writes to me, Ben, I voted for Harris a week ago. My daughter and her, listen to this one. This one's important. Ready? They're all important, but this shows you how you can persuade people. I voted for Harris a week ago. My daughter and her fiance were on the fence still, if you can believe it. But when I told them we need a president who is flexible and sane, which Trump is not, they voted yesterday for Harris, then spoke with the rest of the family who just voted for Harris today. It's so great to see. Trump is dangerous and shouldn't be reelected or shouldn't be elected at all. I mean, here's the thing. We provide you with a lot of resources on this YouTube channel and on our podcast for you to share with others. You have to remember, sometimes people just haven't seen this stuff. And where the media tries to sane wash, you could go to a family member and say, hey, he's calling America a garbage can. Watch Ben play this clip. Or, hey, did you know that he changed the national anthem to the J6 choir? They go, what are you talking about? He changed the national anthem? Yeah, no national anthem. Oh, by the way, do you know he doesn't do American flags anymore? Do you know that he has a flag with Trump's name on it? Did you know about that? No way. Show him the videos. Here's what Matt writes to me. My name is Matt Kehoe. I'm a 67-year-old man. I have voted Republican my whole life, including Trump in the last 2 elections. I voted for him in 2016, figuring I would give him a chance. In 2020, I was not 100% on board, but I decided to give him another chance. Over the last 4 years, I believe he has gone off the deep end, and I can no longer ignore what's going on. I'm voting for VP Harris this year, and I have gone out of my way to try to convince my brothers, sisters, children, and their friends to do likewise. I watch your channel all the time, and I appreciate the hard work you are doing. Well, look, I appreciate the hard work you are doing, and people like you, Matt, everybody who's watching this. You're doing hard work every day. You're juggling your personal lives, your work, your family. Got a lot going on in your life. I totally get it. You are the unsung hero of this election. You are the change you've been looking for. You could be the difference maker, all of us, collectively, because this community is big. They underestimate how big this community is. So just imagine if you're out there going to just a few people and getting them to vote, and then all of our close to 3.3 million subscribers are doing that. Think about that. That's game, set, match right there. Here's another comment. Lifelong Republican here in Texas, but my early vote on the very first day of early voting was for the first woman president, Kamala Harris. I was giddy waiting in line to cast my vote, and after processing my paper ballot into the machine, I turned to the woman who was standing there watching the process, and I said, I just voted for the first woman president, and she gave me a big, huge hug with tears in her eyes. Give you another one right here. Registered Republican here that didn't vote for Trump. I voted to put Trump back in the justice system. My husband was Republican for 58 years until this year. Mike voted early for Kamala and Tim after registering as a Democrat. It only took me 21 years of marriage to get him to come over from the dark side. And finally, registered independent in Arizona, voted blue all the way. Folks, now's the time. We've been together for a long time. With these videos, everyday updates. Let's go. Let's get to the finish line together. Okay? I know you can do it. I know you can do it. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million together. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.